promised him a few words. He was on the show today. His name is Jay McMahon. He is running against Maura Healey. He's a great man. This man raised a wonderful boy who went to serve our country in Iraq. His son was a veteran and a war hero. In fact, he was there when our troops entered Baghdad. And there was a battle that took place. His son was not injured in the sense of sniper fire or gunfire, but his back was badly hurt. And so he came back like many of our vets. And of course he had severe back pain. So what did the VA do? Oxycontin, is it oxycodone or oxycontin? Oxycontin, synthesized heroin. The poor boy got addicted. A couple years later, the addiction killed him. His son is dead. He's another one who's burying his boy. He wants to talk to you for a couple minutes about his boy and why he believes Judge Feeley must go.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for your efforts and why you're here. You lose a child to opiates. It makes you aware of the pain that every family in the Commonwealth is suffering as a result of the opiate curse. It makes you aware of that this can be stopped, we can do something about it. But not the message that was sent from this courthouse. It's the wrong message.
Yes.
It's the wrong message.
Really?
The message that was sent from this courthouse says you can come into this country illegally and you can engage in this practice and we will protect you, our courts will protect you in illegal activities. That has to come to an end. Now all along I've been on the campaign trail and I've been talking about extreme prosecution for these dealers in poison. We have to send a different message. Right now the message that's being sent is that Massachusetts is open for business. Right. We need to send the opposite message.
Close them down.
I'm telling you this right now. This cannot end here.
No.
Now you all know, just last month, down on Cape Cod, we had an officer that was killed by a drug trafficking thug.
Exactly.
A person who had 125 convictions on his record. They were serving him, the officers were serving him with a probation violation warrant. In other words, he was out on probation and he couldn't even do that right. He was a drug trafficking thug. And he killed Officer Sean Gannon. Now I gotta tell you something, these courts have better start doing it right. Now this judge here, he is the poster child.
Right.
He's the poster child for elected judges, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We've gotta do something right. The people have to start speaking up against this injustice.
Yeah.
It is a gross injustice. So you might say, well, what are you going to do about it? You become Attorney General, what are you going to do about it? Extreme prosecution. We're going to take the peddlers of this poison to the max. Extreme prosecution. It's the only way that we can stand up, and you have a say in this. You do have a say in it. You have a say here now, and you're going to have a say in September and November. And I'm asking you to come out in droves, just like you are today. Because this is us. This is how we save our state and how we save our country. Everything that Jeff said is so. This is how we do it. It's always done at the grassroots level. Now let me say this to you. I know that everything that I do is not going to bring my boy back, and he's a war hero. But I can tell you something. We can do something here today and continue on and save that pain from happening to other parents, my generation or the generation below us. It's an epidemic here. And I'll tell you what, in the last 5 years, the deaths by opiate addiction in Massachusetts have quadrupled. We have to take action. And it can't be like how this was done here, cutting them loose. 40 bags of heroin? It's an economic crime? So is it bank robbery, but we don't give that a pass.
That's right, you tell them.
Liberal left thinking taken to its logical conclusion. This is what you get. We got to end that here in Massachusetts. Now I stand before you as someone who is seeking your support for the highest elected law enforcement office in the land, in Massachusetts. And I promise you this, at least as to the, you won't see this, because we'll take that up, we'll take these judges up, and I'll do everything I can. I'll go before the Judicial Conduct Commission. I will do everything I can to fight this injustice that we are suffering here today. You people are fantastic. Thank you for coming out today. It's been a pleasure. Feeley and Healy have got to go. Feeley and Healy have got to go. I like that. All right, my friends. I really want to thank all of you again for coming today.